Okay. Welcome to the Positive Sports Podcast. I'll be your host this evening, Ed Montana. Alongside me today, my hat-stealing brother, Alex. Alex, how are you?
I'm definitely gonna be a hat stealer because this is a pretty dope hat. I never knew you had this.
Yeah, if that hat is not coming out of this house.
I think when you're not looking, it will.
I think I will hunt you down and beat you.
I think I will excuse me in the middle of the show and just leave and take the hat.
I haven't kicked your ass in a long time.
Last time you did it, I think it was with a empty cardboard thing of paper towels. Do you remember that?
No.
We were wrestling. I mean, we're 10 years apart. I think we were going to Argentina with Mom.
Oh, God.
And I think we were staying at some hotel, and it was just like, now that I look at it was fun. I remember it being fun.
Until I kicked your ass.
But we were hitting each other with cardboard.
Well, you know.
That's a lot of paper towels we must have went through.
Just to get to that. And that's some shit we would have done, too, as kids.
Oh, yeah.
Which I'm sure would have pissed Mom off to no end.
You think we would have done that while Dad was there?
Nope.
Probably not.
I wouldn't have.
I wouldn't have either.
Dad would have beat my ass quick.
So let's get into it, man.
All right, what do you want to get into?
Basketball. We're in the playoffs. The playoffs.
Finally, we get to the point where the games are entertaining, the series are competitive, where you don't know what's going to happen. Now it gets interesting. You know what's funny is, most of the time when we talk about this stuff, you hate it when you already know the result. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, I don't care. I just want to see it. Right? And with the basketball playoffs, we've been the opposite. You've been excited for the playoffs all along, and I'm like, wake me up in the second round, but the first round's a waste of time.
Yeah.
So we've been the exact opposite. But I'll tell you what, this second round is getting very exciting. In the East, you've got two series that are close. In the West, I feel like one series is close, obviously, it's 2-2. The other one is not. Well, it's still close. It's 2-1, but I just don't feel like one team really has much of a chance. So let's start out West.
Yeah, I mean, the series that you're talking about is the Warriors and the Rockets.
Yeah.
And just think about this for a second. It's 2-1 Warriors.
Ow, don't touch me.
You're not wearing your ref shirt today.
I think you got it.
By the way,
make room for me to land my coffee.
By the way, there should have been a referee on that horse track on Saturday, but we'll get to that.
Oh, we got to talk about that too. We're big horse racing fans.
Oh, yeah.
We got to share all of our horse racing knowledge with the people out there.
Oh, yeah. Tons of it. They like to eat hay.
Who? The fans?
Horses.
Oh, do they?
Well, yeah. That's my expert knowledge on horses.
I don't know anything about horses.
All right, we're getting off the horse track here.
We're getting off the rails. All right, go ahead.
So, yeah, I mean, the Warriors are up 2-1, but it feels like they've dominated the series, but they really haven't, because honestly, the only one that's dominated the series on the Warriors side has been KD. Curry hasn't been that good. Klay Thompson really hasn't found his groove. Draymond Green has been pretty productive, playing good, playing the center. But other than that, I mean, the Warriors have been sloppy with the ball. It's closer than what you think.
It feels like, so even the two games that the Warriors won felt like they were going to win it. Throughout the game, it felt like they were going to win. And the game that the Rockets won, it felt like the Rockets had to put everything into that game, and they needed Curry to have a bad shooting night. It feels like there's a bigger disparity between the two teams than maybe there actually is.
See, I don't feel that, because even in the first game, the halftime lead for the Warriors wasn't much. And as bad as the Rockets played that first half, the Warriors were just so sloppy with the ball that my immediate reaction was, man, the Rockets should be down by like 20 points. So I'm on the opposite of that. I think it's closer than what we think, and this is really a swing game. But even if the Warriors win,
If the Warriors win, it's over.
See, I don't think that.
Oh,
I don't think that.
It's totally over.
I think the Warriors have an issue with Curry and his hand or wrist or finger, whatever he has.
Issue.
It's a finger issue. Something's off with him, and the fact that KD they're feeding him the ball, rightfully so, and they're going to him a lot, and he's pretty much taking over the games. Even if the Warriors lose tonight, Game 4, I still see this series going 7.
I'll tell you this: I expect Curry to have a better game tonight because I think part of what happens is, he's got the finger issue, and even though it's on his offhand, that guide hand you still got to have a certain feel for the ball.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that since Game 3, he has shot a lot of baskets since then, and he's going to get more comfortable with whatever bandage he chooses to go with. And I think the Warriors are going to play better tonight than they did the other night. And if they do, I think the Rockets are screwed. They had to go to overtime to beat them the other day. And I just don't... Again, the Rockets just don't seem to have enough horses to compete with the Warriors. And quite frankly, the Rockets have to win every game at home and steal one in Oakland.
That's going to be...
And that's the issue, right? And... the Warriors don't have to win here. So far, everyone has held serve in the 3 games so far. So nothing has really changed to tell me that the Warriors are not going to win this series. If they win tonight, it's over. In fact, I think it'll be over in Game 5. If the Rockets win tonight, it may go 7, but I can still see the Warriors coming back and winning the next 2 and winning the series.
Or
it's been very entertaining. All that being said, it's been very entertaining. It's been a lot of fun. That block by Capella was unreal.
I missed that one. On who?
On Iguodala. Two-handed block.
Oh, no, I've seen that. one.
Iguodala went to dunk it, and
Capella
went up and said, "You know, dunk here."
And
you know, dunk here.
And Iguodala looked really cool dunking that. I mean, I really wanted him to flush that because, it just looked beautiful.
Oh, he looked
But the block was nice.
He looked like he got a good 13 feet up in the air.
Yeah.
And Clint Capella said, "No dunk here." I think he said it just like that.
Just like that?
No dunk here.
We need to... hopefully he was mic'd up.
No dunk here.
Now...
No dunk here.
Now, Capella really needs to... play a little better.
No dunk here.
Well, he needs to play a little better. Because, he really hasn't shown up the first 2 games.
He hasn't done
the
much.
Third game he played well.
Well, he had the no dunk here play.
No dunk here. Now, you think Curry's injury it's not helping him recover in a sense by playing? Maybe he doesn't need to shoot as much or practice as much shooting. Maybe he needs to rest. Maybe not take a game off, because at this point there's no way he's taking a game off. But maybe just rest some more and not shoot it 100 3-pointers. Maybe that's...
I don't think... Look, if he's gonna play, then he's got to shoot.
Right,
because I don't think he's making... I don't think he's prolonging the recovery of the injury if he plays and then doesn't shoot, or plays and then shoots. If he plays, then that in and of itself is going to prolong the recovery a little bit.
Yeah.
So I don't think it makes a difference of whether he shoots or not. Maybe be a little more judicious with your shots. I don't know. I personally think he's going to play a regular game today, and I think the Rockets could be in trouble. And apparently, it is more difficult to shoot. An eye is not as important as a finger, because James Harden looked like,
Terminator.
His eye looked like he'd been drinking all day.
That, or he got high out there in the Bay Area.
Grief. That looked nasty.
Yeah, that looked pretty bad. And then he gets hit again in Game 3.
Yeah, but he still balled out.
Not enough, though.
They won.
They didn't win Game 1?
He didn't get poked in the eye.
Or Game 2. Yeah, he did. It happened in Game 1.
No, it happened in Game 2.
Oh, it happened in Game 2?
Yeah.
Okay, Game 2.
He won Game 3.
He didn't win. Actually,
the other thing that you'll notice in this series, Chris Paul is no longer a real asset to the Rockets.
And he's a real ass. I mean, he's really starting to get a little annoying. He's starting to be real bitchy and, jumping up and down, clapping that they finally got a foul. And, now, the guy that I want to credit on the Rockets is Eric Gordon. Played fantastic. He probably was the main reason they won that game Saturday night. He really played well.
He played well.
He played really good, and he really stepped up, I think, in Chris Paul's role, right? As kind of Batman's Robin.
I think there's definitely a changing of the guard there.
Could be, yeah.
It is now. I don't think the Rockets can rely on Chris Paul to take them very far or to be a key contributor. Eric Gordon is going to have to contribute the rest of this series in order for the Rockets to have a chance.
Yeah.
I mean,
and it helped put in Gerald Green in there. Gerald Green, when he gets hot, he really gets going. He can hit 5 out of 10 3-pointers. So I like that. I liked that D'Antoni made an adjustment. I said it last week. He's not a coach of adjustments, and he must listen to this podcast. I'm really happy that he does because
he does.
He really has
got him on speed dial, but he probably won't answer now. They got a game.
Hey, listen. Alex gives credit where and when credit is due, okay? If a player, a coach, they're playing and coaching like shit, I'm going to tell you they're coaching like shit. Plain and simple. My eyes don't lie to me, okay?
Speaking of coaching, I don't even know who the coach of the Denver Nuggets is.
Oh, that guy.
But that guy did a masterful job.
Malone.
Whatever.
Moses Malone.
Not Moses Malone.
It's Malone.
That guy, because I'm telling you, after Game 3, going 4 overtimes in Portland, having to go back 48 hours later and play another game in Portland, I thought Portland was going to run them off the court. And Murray balled out.
He played great.
He had an unbelievable game, and the coach just made all the little adjustments, and it paid off. That series is must-watch TV because Lillard and McCollum are doing their thing. Jokic and Murray are doing their thing. It is fun to watch.
I agree with you, but here's my hot take. This series is over.
No, it's not. It's 2-2.
The Nuggets are going to win the next two.
You think so?
Yeah. And I like that the series is real competitive. You're right. It is competitive.
Every game's been a nail biter.
But I think losing Game 4, whichever team, losing Game 4 after playing 4 overtimes has to be a little more draining, right? If you get the win,
you think so?
Yeah, absolutely. And on top of that, nobody talks about it, but if you watch Dame Lillard, he misses some clutch free throws at times. He takes some bad shots. He's a great ball player. I like his style of play,
but that's why he's not an elite basketball player. That's why we don't talk about him with Steph Curry, right? That's why we don't talk about him with Kyrie Irving,
right? But
because he does make those mistakes at key points in the game,
right? But I mean, when you're I would say consistently making the playoffs, and I mean, his stats are fairly decent, and. I just feel like he's their main guy. He's
Oh, for sure.
I don't think it gets talked about a lot that he just doesn't come up that clutch.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I don't think he's bad by any stretch, but I do think that's why he's not in that conversation.
Yeah, I think the series is over between the Nuggets. They go back to Denver. I think Denver's gonna win there, and Portland, with their backs against the wall, I just don't see them pulling a win out and extending the series to 7.
I'll tell you what, it is tough to play in Portland. I know Denver won Game 4, and obviously that will give them hope when they go back there for Game 6. But I think this series goes 7.
Think so?
I think the home teams are going to win out the rest of the way. So if I had to pencil it in, I think Denver wins Game 5. I think Portland will come back and win Game 6. And I think we'll get a Game 7 in Denver that Denver will win.
Well, why don't you quit being a sissy and pen it in? Not pencil it in, because then you can go back and erase it, wise guy.
That's the way you make picks.
Well, that's me.
Yeah. I know you're a cheater that way, so... But yeah, that series has been fun to watch, and admittedly, part of me has that prediction because I want to see 3 more games.
Yeah.
They've all been excellent basketball games. They've been a lot of fun to watch, and you just never know what's going to happen with those 2 teams.
And I'm enjoying the hell out of the Portland crowd. I really wish the Brooklyn Nets crowd was like that. They have a great crowd.
Yeah,
they boo nonstop. The boos last the whole possession, the whole shot clock. It's great. I love it.
Yeah, they're into the game. Portland is an underrated fan base.
Yeah.
And I think they
for
do,
basketball. I mean, they really don't have.
They don't have anything else.
MLS
but I mean, my point is, even in terms of fan bases in the NBA, we don't talk about them.
True.
Part of it is the market that they serve, right? Portland, but
Right.
yeah, they're into it from the opening tip till the very end.
Yeah.
They don't leave. Not like those Philly fans yesterday in Philly.
They left early?
Yeah, they were filing out pretty good. Now, there were a lot of like ticky-tack fouls. The difference was 6, and they're still fouling with like 20 seconds left, and the Philly fans are like, F it, man, we're out of here.
Yeah, they're probably like, why are you fouling? Just
so we'll move over to the East, and I'm sticking to my picks in the West.
Okay.
But I'm like a fish out of water, flip-flopping on my picks in the East.
Yeah, you flop.
Every game, I think, okay, yeah, now Toronto's going to win this series. Oh, yeah, now Milwaukee's come back. They're going to win this series. Oh, no. The Sixers look good. Now the Sixers are doing what I thought they were going to do.
Right.
So I'm going back and forth. I'm going to be right regardless.
At some point, you're going to be right.
At some point, at some point, I've said all 4 teams are going to win the series, and obviously that's not going to be the case. Yeah, I have. The Boston, Milwaukee. Well, let's pick one. We've already started talking about the Sixers and the Raptors. I can't make heads or tails out of that series. I just don't get it. Now I understand. Embiid was, what do you have, the flu, or he had a sprained toenail or something?
He had gas the other night. Now he's got the flu.
Well, now gas is a serious problem. Although if
that's
I
gonna
had
make
gas,
you run quicker. Well,
make
you're
you
a
jump
runner. You're a runner. What happens when you have gas
Dude,
and you're on the 17th mile?
Let me tell you something. One of the funniest stories I've got from running is I was running.
Your personal?
My personal story.
Oh, sweet.
We're gonna deviate here because
That's okay. That's what we do.
It's our show. Let me check with the producer. Yes, we're gonna deviate. So I was running. This was many years ago. I want to say, I couldn't even tell you. At least 10 years ago. I was running the New York City Marathon, and I'm running along 4th Avenue, and it's a long stretch on 4th Avenue.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I want to say it's like 4 or 5 miles, and it's straight. And you're just running along. And there's a lot of fans, but I'm running along the median because that particular street has a bit of a drop off to the sides, and if I run on the sides, it hurts my ankles, so I kind of try to stick to them.
Right.
So I'm running along. I don't have headphones in. I'm trying to enjoy the experience. And I'm running along, and I hear, and I'm like, what the hell?
Was that my own?
No, I knew it wasn't mine.
Oh, okay.
I did not feel any vibration.
Right.
So I assumed it was not mine. And then, but I'm running, and it's loud, and I'm like, my thought is some fan has a whoopee cushion and they're making some noise, right? They're making noise. And then all of a sudden, I hear it again. I'm like, what the hell? And this goes on for like 2 minutes.
Now wait, at that point, do you check yourself?
No, because I
or
know.
Do you wreck yourself?
I know. I mean,
Or did you already wreck yourself?
I'm not going to do anything about it at that point, right? I'm just going to keep going because if it was a shart, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
Fuck it. It's not like I'm going to fucking run into the bodega and there's going to be a bathroom I can use, right? So I'm just cruising. And this goes on, I'm not kidding, it goes on for like 2 minutes. I hear, and it's like every couple of seconds. It's pretty quick. All of a sudden, I slow down a little bit just because I'm, I don't know, just running along. And there's kind of a lot of people. All of a sudden, alongside me comes this small, what I presume to be a Hispanic male.
Mm-hmm.
He is all of 5'2", and he runs by me almost like I'm standing still. And he's going, The whole way. It was him.
Maybe it was the sneakers.
No. It was his ass. He's farting and no one's running behind. No one's coming up behind him.
Well, no.
And I'm like, well, that's just not fair. That guy's got turbo boost. Right? Like, there's got to be something in the rules that you can't do that shit. Literally.
I would love to hear people's just craziest marathon stories of, shitted on themselves and...
I told you about the chick that shit on herself, right? I told you that
Yeah,
story.
I think you've told me that, yeah.
So,
well,
anyway.
Well, Joel Embiid, Joella, did not shit himself, but he held those butt cheeks pretty tight. But look, the 76ers' fate hinges on Embiid. I don't care.
Yeah.
Gas problems, knee problems, back problems, IV I don't care. It's all on Embiid.
He really is. He really is he is the key piece and pretty much the only piece that matters.
Yeah. I mean, I think so, and it's
everyone else on that team, with the exception of Ben Simmons, is merely a role player. Ben Simmons, I guess Jimmy Butler too. Those guys could take over the game and maybe pull it out with a wrecked Embiid.
But here's the thing:
but he's the key piece.
I don't think Harris or Butler are the type to take over a series. You know what I mean? They can take over a game, but I don't think they can do it over 2 or more games in a row. You know what I'm saying? Like, Joel Embiid is obviously, he's sick. He's got the flu, right?
Right.
Jimmy Butler and Harris need to, step up, but I don't know if they can do it for so long.
Over and over again.
I mean, Simmons, the guy can't shoot, but, he is the facilitator. He is a freaking 6'10" point guard. But it's only so much he can do. I mean,
I'll tell you who I had.
He has been playing good defense on Kawhi Leonard, though.
Kawhi Leonard's still having a great season.
Great series. Oh, yeah, of course, no doubt. But he's earning those 30 points a game.
I'll tell you what, I have been...
Surprisingly, I
have been impressed with that matchup. That matchup has been fun to watch on the offensive end for Leonard. It's been fun to watch. And Leonard... I guess because he played so few games last year and he played in Toronto this year, I forgot. But man, he has been workhorse.
Yeah.
And he is carrying that team. Now, when he gets a little help from Lowry, things get better. If he doesn't get any help from Lowry, it's tough.
That's a big if.
Yeah, it is.
Lowry, Pudgy can't. He doesn't play so well.
I don't understand what's going on with Lowry.
I think Lowry and DeMar DeRozan need to meet up halfway and hug and kiss and just team up somewhere together. Obviously, they need each other. Yeah, though Jordan did not need Pippen as much as DeRozan needs Lowry.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know.
Seriously, I mean, he did play a lot better while with DeRozan.
I guess.
This season, and especially in the playoffs, he just kind of disappeared.
How do you think that series goes the rest of the way?
I think that series is over, too. I don't give the Sixers much chance, man.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, no. I think they got the 2 games that they're gonna get.
You're gonna put all your eggs in that Toronto basket.
Yeah, and I'm not playing the result, man. Marc Gasol, Embiid has trouble with Gasol, so
I mean, he didn't up in Toronto.
Well, no, but I mean, still, I just don't. I don't see the Sixers. I've said it all along. I just don't see the Sixers coming out of the second round. I think they're good enough to compete in the second, but I'm not to come out of it.
I think you're selling them short. This series looks like 7 games to me as well.
Look,
and I just don't know. I just don't know who is going to win in 7.
Would you say that Kawhi Leonard is just Kawhi Leonard is on the level of what KD's doing out west? He's basically taking. He's average.
Yeah, he is in the sense that he's taking over for Toronto. The difference is he doesn't really have any help. So while he has been very impressive, and you would think he could carry them by himself, the fact that he has no help makes it awfully difficult for him to beat a team. To beat a team that has Embiid who can do the same thing. And I actually think Embiid has a little more help than Kawhi Leonard. because I think Jimmy Butler can step up and be that guy. I think Ben Simmons could have a breakout game, and Harris is helpful. It sounds like I'm talking myself into picking the Sixers here the rest of the way, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, I've been flip flopping back and forth. I have no idea.
I mean, look, Toronto's been the 2 seed all year. They have. It may not be a team full of names like Butler, Harris, Simmons, and Embiid, okay, but they are the number 2 seed
for a reason.
They play well. They play good basketball. I think they need to get a little more production out of Lowry, and if they get just a little bit more, a tenth more of what he's done, they should be able to put the series away.
If Lowry comes to play, then the Raptors are much more formidable and a tougher out for the Sixers. But
so here's a question.
Who knows?
Do you think it would be better for Embiid to just take this next game off?
Oh, that's a tough call because the team is completely different without him. And if he takes that game off and you lose it, now you have to win the next 2.
But what if he doesn't take the game off? He's still sick,
and they still lose.
He's not giving you 100%, right? That extra effort he can put into getting that rebound or dunk or whatever, he doesn't have that effort because he's sick. Yeah. He's got the freaking flu. I mean, it's the flu.
Right.
I mean, would it be better to? I mean, when you look at it, you still have a big 3.
If you're a Philly fan, though, you got to be like,
oh yeah, I mean,
just ultra paranoid that someone else is going to get the flu as well.
Oh shit, yeah.
Right? Because
I'm sure he's isolated and.
I don't know. He was on the court with all the other Sixers, I guess, and Toronto. Maybe that's what he could do, just cough on him.
He should probably guard Leonard.
Yeah, just freaking hack up a loogie on him.
So going forward for the Sixers, besides, whether they win or lose this series or they win the finals or whatever, would it be smart to consider getting rid of Embiid, trading him? I mean, I know the fans don't want to hear that. I totally understand. I would not want to get rid of him either. I think he's an excellent ball player, but the guy hasn't played more than 64 games in the season. Those legs are gonna get worse and worse.
Yeah, he's a big guy, right? Those big guys don't tend to last.
They don't, and I mean he's just a little fragile.
I mean,
the return that the 76ers could get from him
they could get a king's ransom for him.
Could be nice.
I don't know. I see where you're going with it. It kind of makes sense. I just don't know. I don't know that you're gonna get that much. I mean, because if you're whoever, and you get a call from the Sixers about interest in Embiid.
Yeah.
What are you gonna give him? What are the Sixers gonna get for him? No one's. It's not like the Warriors are gonna go, oh yeah, we'll give you Klay Thompson and KD, or we'll give you 2 superstars for year 1. No one's gonna do that.
Well, no,
you're gonna get maybe 1 superstar back, a swap superstar for superstar, Leonard for Embiid.
No, I don't even think that. I mean, you would probably just get, assets and a couple of throw-in players. Not throw-in players, like role players that could play around Butler and Harris and Simmons. You know what I mean? Kind of build a team.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think that really works in the NBA. That it doesn't work. You can't get equal value back.
You know why I think you're saying that, and the majority say that or think that, is because what franchise is going to want to trade away their franchise player, right? It doesn't really happen. You know what I mean? Because
everything happens
it's not
free agency,
right? It's out of the norm, but just something to think about. I thought, but
the other series,
the Bucks and the Celtics. Marcus Smart comes back tonight. Did you know that? I did not know that.
Yes, I knew that.
That is
that's big for the Celtics.
That's big for them, but they are still this inconsistent team that they've been all year long. You put together a great first game, and then you come back the second game, I understand. It's the second game. It's a game of adjustments. The Bucks, they're a good team. You tie it up. The Bucks tie it up, and then the first game at home, Game 3. Poor shooting all around.
Yeah.
Kyrie Irving, said he can turn it up whenever he wants to or whatever. Well, he didn't turn it up in that game. So, although I still think the Celtics are gonna win.
The series?
Yeah. I think they're gonna win the series.
They're down 2-1, right?
Yes.
So Game 4 is going on right now.
They are just.
If they go
really,
down, you think
Yeah.
even if they go down 3-1, they're gonna come back and win?
Yes. Yeah, I have to, man. I gotta. That's where my money is.
Oh,
That's where my money is.
Now the truth comes out. You got
No,
money on.
I don't have money. But I stick with my pick. Not like you, flip flopping.
If the Bucks win tonight, I'm willing for you to put some money on it against me, and I will take the Bucks. And
Shit,
then
I owe
will
you.
stay.
I owe you $5.
That's right.
The Hornets didn't make the playoffs.
That's right. You owe me $5. And Jay, you still owe me a Philly cheesesteak. You
the
Philly fan.
that cheese. I don't think you ever get that cheesesteak. I think he
I'm
wants.
getting it.
I think he wants you to travel to Philly.
It's gonna cost me more to travel to Philly
I know.
than the cheesesteak. We got a Papa Gino's here. We got a Jake's here.
Oh, Jake's is not bad.
Jake's is pretty good.
It's pretty good.
Except for all the Philly stuff in the building, it's pretty good. What do you call it? Yeah, Jay, you owe me a Philly cheesesteak. Don't think I forgot.
I mean,
The longer you make me wait, the more I'm gonna collect.
yeah, I mean,
Cheesesteaks for a week.
at this point, Jay, you just need to come down here and fucking deliver it.
That's what I'm saying. Bring it in a greasy brown paper bag.
Yeah.
That'll make it through TSA. Don't worry.
Oh yeah.
If they don't eat it.
Yeah, don't put it in no Arizona can iced tea can, all right?
Yeah, no, don't do that.
We don't want to, get the wrong impression.
I like the other series. I have no idea. Yeah, if the Celtics win tonight, I will be thoroughly confused as to what's going to happen in this series.
Yeah, this one is pretty.
I still think the Celtics have the horses to beat the Bucks. But the Bucks, man, look, they were the 1 seed for a reason. They had the best record in the NBA for a reason. They're good.
I don't know. It might just be that the Celtics are just this team that really can't figure it out after all, Because, I mean, now we're really deep into it. And,
yeah, they're still kind of struggling to get that consistency.
Which is
and I think it's mostly on the offensive side. I mean, every time I watch them lose, it's because they can't make a basket. They can't get an open shot. They can't isolate. They can't run a pick and roll. Like, what is going on? I don't understand how you can play 80 some odd games and not be able to execute a pick and roll and get Kyrie an easy bucket or get Tatum an open shot. I just don't understand it.
I am gonna say that there will be some changes in the offseason for the Celtics. Either way,
Win or lose.
Yeah.
They
won't win it, but if they
won it,
yeah.
When I say win it, I mean the NBA Finals. If they won the championship, there's changes coming. That team's not gonna, as presently constructed, they're not gonna go through another season of this.
No,
because at this point, the run is really kind of, I don't want to say luck, but it's gonna feel like if we couldn't figure it out all year, and then we got on a run and won 4 series or whatever. Okay, but you don't want to rely on that every year.
And the way this team is right now, even if they do win, I mean, talk about a hangover. I think this team is really gonna have one next year.
Ripe for a hangover.
So I'm sticking with the Celtics, man. Even though they're inconsistent, I think at the end of the day, they will find a way to pull it out, and they have a lot of options to go around.
I don't know.
But the Bucks just sometimes shoot lights out. So
I don't know.
I don't know. I'm saying Celtics, and that's it.
I think I'm gonna go with the Bucks. I mean, at the beginning of the series, I did say the Celtics, but it just, the inconsistency just baffles me.
What size shoe are you?
What size shoe?
Yes.
11. Why?
I'm gonna buy you a size 11 flip flops.
Do you wear flip flops?
Fuck no. What do I look like? Hell no. No, I don't wear flip flops. No.
Every time you say every time you say hell no, it reminds me of
The Persian.
that one time we were in the mall.
The poor Persian girl. Listen, if you ever
Have we ever
catch,
told that story?
I don't know if we have.
So we're
I don't think
shopping.
we have.
We're shopping at the mall, my brother and I, right? And I don't even know what we were shopping for, but we're walking around this store, and actually I'm shopping. I think you were just tagging along that day, and there is this fine-looking young lady because she was
She was decent.
She was
looking.
attractive.
I mean, I would have,
she was attractive.
if you know what I mean.
And she had asked if she could help us, and I'm the one shopping, and I don't particularly like dealing with salespeople, so I'm like, nah, I'll just keep looking or whatever. And so finally, I walk up to the counter, and you can tell that this cute girl is interested. Now, I don't know if she's interested in me or she's interested in you, but she's interested in one of us.
She's pitching.
Yeah. She's casting a line, hoping someone bites. And so we get up to the counter and paying for whatever it is I bought. I don't even remember. I think a T-shirt or some shit. And finally, I talked to her a little bit, and she's looking at you the whole time.
Right.
So I'm like, okay, she's interested in my brother. So I'm like trying to keep the conversation
now
going.
You're playing point guard.
Right, like now, I'm playing wingman, right?
Yeah.
I'm trying to make an assist here.
Exactly.
But this Muppet is walking around the store not paying any attention. So I keep calling him over and this, that, and the other thing. And, but I keep talking to her because I'm thinking, okay, well, I can work something out here.
Yeah. Play matchmaker.
That's right. And all of a sudden, she says to me, she goes, "Are you guys Persian?" And I go, "No." And Alex is standing a little bit behind me and goes, "What'd she say?" I said, "She asked if we were Persian." And Alex goes, "What's that?" I go, like from Iran or Iraq or something. And this idiot you didn't know that she was eyeballing you, right?
No, I wasn't paying attention.
You had no idea.
No.
So this idiot who does not realize that the chick's got the hots for him or, is interested, goes, "Hell no!" Real loud. Man, that lady handed me my bag and my receipt. She's like, "Here you go, have a nice day." She walked off. She was pissed. I was like, and so we walk out of the store and I go, "You idiot." And he goes, and Alex goes, "What?" I go, "She was hot for you." And then I asked you, and then you go, "Hell no, she was probably Persian."
Well,
she was cute.
Yeah, from what I can remember, she was decent looking. I definitely Steph Curry that one. Steph Curry missed the dunk.
That's a terrible analogy.
Oh, I mean, what you got a better one?
No dunk here. That's what she said after she heard the hell no. She goes, "No dunk here."
Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking.
You were like,
I really didn't care.
Clueless.
Yeah, I really was. Like,
I just had no idea.
See, because I wasn't looking for anything. When you're not looking for something,
that's when they throw it at you.
I know.
When you're looking,
you don't find shit.
Boys and girls, here's a little tip for you single people out there. You go to the bar and you're looking for some tail, you ain't getting it.
You're gonna fail.
That's right. Look for tail, you fail. Now, if you go to the bar, don't give a shit, have a few drinks, have a good time, you might find
you might find love. You might find a Persian.
You might find love, even if it's just for the evening.
That's right.
Anyway, good God, we've gone off. Are we talking about a little farting Hispanic man at a marathon and you ruining a chance with a Persian chick?
I know. My kids could have been Persian right now. No? No, never mind. Woo!
Maybe.
Left field.
Maybe.
So you're not wearing your referee jersey today.
Nope.
The
Rockets don't need me.
No, but maximum security needed a ref or something on the track. I mean, what is this? What is this shenanigan of 25 minutes later an overturn? I mean, do we need instant replay in horse racing now?
Here's the thing. Much like James Harden, the horse has to have a lane to run in. You can't just put your ass. I mean, look, I have no problem with him getting disqualified because if I'm running down a track and someone sticks their ass in my face, I would want them disqualified. And that's what he did. He stuck his ass in that other horse's face, the War of Will.
Yeah, well, depends what the ass looks like. But that's another topic for another day.
These are all boys here.
Oh. No, they're not. Some are called fillies.
But I don't think
no,
either
wait,
one
is
of
that
them
the
was a filly. They were all boys in this race. So
I mean,
I don't want that ass in my face.
here's the messed up part. The horse, or the jockey, or both, that came in second did not get awarded first. Did I understand that right?
Yeah, he did.
Oh, he did.
Yeah. So Maximum Security won the race. Like he physically crossed the finish line first, but I think he was actually disqualified. I heard it.
Yeah, he was disqualified.
But at some point I heard that he was going to be placed further back in the standings, not disqualified. He was going to be put behind the horse that he impeded. So if he impeded War of Will, and that horse finished 7th, then they would move Maximum Security to 7th, and everyone else would move up. I think that's what they said. But let me see what the final standing.
I thought I heard that the one that finished second initially did not get awarded first.
No, he did.
He did, but that wasn't War of Will.
No, the one that finished second, physically finished second, was Country
Grammar.
No, not Country Grammar. That's a great song. Country House or something like that.
Country House.
Yeah, and
House of Country.
No, stop it.
House of Pain.
Dude, you can't do that.
Full House.
You totally fuck it up. These horses have stupid names, and if you start doing that, then
what would you name your horse? Ferrari?
Duh. Mr. Ed.
Ed the Head.
No, Mr. Ed. There was a horse they had a TV show with a horse on it. His name was Mr. Ed, back in the 60s or some shit.
Oh shit! I didn't know. I wasn't born during that time. Sorry.
No, but you should know this stuff.
See, that's just weird. Are you sure? I thought they.
Yeah, country whatever finished. So Country House finished second physically. And he was bumped up to 1.
Oh, okay. So where did War of Will finish? Or God of... What is it?
Oh, wow. They don't even show him... Maximum Security, they moved him all... Now, this is interesting. So there were 19 horses in the race. They moved him all the way back to 17th. Why did they move him back to 17th?
They need to go back and see where...
War of Will finished 7th.
He finished 7th. But that's who the horse made contact with.
Yeah, Maximum Security he's the one that.
See, I think that's a little unfair, right? Because by Maximum Security bumping War of Will, I'm thinking of God of War of the video game.
You gotta stop.
Yeah, I think they should award him
first.
I mean, yeah, right? Because that could have been the reason why War of Will didn't win.
Yeah, no, and when you watch the replays, War of Will definitely checks up.
And that happened on the outside.
That happened on the final turn.
On the outside, though, right? Because then at the end, the horses start coming.
Well, that's what happened is he was coming around the turn, and I don't know if he slipped or lost his way or what, but he just made a really wide turn because he even had a horse coming on the inside of him that then he came back and squeezed that horse too.
Now, you think maybe the horse had too much hay and grass to eat before, and it was kind of, full and...
Personally, I think it was slippery.
You think it was slippery?
Right, because of all the mud. Did you see it?
Oh, yeah.
There was standing water out there.
Yeah, it was pretty
So
good.
it was all muddy and stuff. So I think he slipped. I don't know. I think it's kind of harsh.
Well, look, all the other horses are running in the same conditions. None of them slipped.
Yeah, I felt bad for Maximum Security. I felt bad for the jockey, right? Because the horse doesn't know the difference. The horse, he's gonna get steak and lobster regardless, right? Because those horses are treated like freaking kings. But the jockey, it would have been his first Kentucky. The trainer would have been his first Kentucky Derby.
That's right.
And that is, we talk about this and we're laughing and whatnot. there's a lot of money involved.
Yes.
I mean, the purse to win is only like $2 million. I say only because that's not where they make their money. Where they make their money is in the stud fees afterwards. Like, it's crazy.
And so, Maximum Security, horse trainer, jockey, whatever, protested, and they're not going to run. They're appealing, so they're not going to run the Preakness.
Yeah, he said he's not going to run the Preakness, but he is appealing the Kentucky Derby. But I think those are two separate decisions. I don't think he made one decision.
Oh, okay.
You know, because of the other. I personally think it's stupid to not run the Preakness, because here's the thing. Let's say Maximum Security goes on and wins the Preakness and the Belmont. We saw him win the Kentucky Derby. So I think you could still sell him out. You know, you could still pimp him out for stud fees as a Triple Crown winner. Because look, I watched the race. That horse came in first. And he didn't come in first by a little bit. He came in first by quite a bit. So
I'm surprised.
I would race him in the Preakness. But that's just me. I don't know anything about horses.
I'm surprised this hasn't happened before.
You know, it happens. It happens every so often.
But not disqualification.
Because disqualifications happen and whatnot. Like, I remember when I was younger, living in New York, I'd go out to the racetrack sometimes for a day of betting. We've got a racetrack here in Houston. I've been to that racetrack for a day of betting. Every now and then it happens. It's not very common. You know, it's kind of like a shutout in baseball. It happens every few weeks or so, or you know, in a season in a session where there's 12 races or whatever. It may happen once a month. Yeah. You know, that someone, and usually it's not a DQ. Usually it's like this where you get, you know, and it's usually not the first place horse. It's, you know, the third place horse gets dropped back to 8th or something like that. It's not obviously this is going to be the most famous one ever.
Yeah, screw that. I think he should go back out there and race.
I think what they should do is they should make Maximum Security, War of Will, and Country House. They should put just those three on the track and have them run. Right? Hold on. Who came in? Who were the? So it's Country House, Code of Honor, and Tacitus. Those were the top three after. Those were the top three once officially, right? Because Maximum Security got dropped. So I say have another race with those three plus War of Will, who was the one that was booty bumped, and Maximum Security. Have a 5-horse race.
But you know what? I think we'll see all of them in the next one, in the Preakness.
Well, not the Maximum Security.
Why not?
He said he's not running it.
I bullshit. I think
No, he's already made the decision he's not running. I don't know why.
Well, he can change his mind.
Not likely. He
can, right? Like,
no,
he's allowed to.
Yeah, I mean, all he's got to do is pay his entry fee, right? But
because look,
usually when they make that decision, they have a plan. Like most of these horses.
Yeah, but you can't come up with a plan like that in 2 days, Ed.
No, he had the plan beforehand. Most of these horses come in with a plan. If I do X in the Kentucky Derby, then I will do Y in the Preakness, right? So, a Maximum Security may have come in before the Kentucky Derby with the plan. If I win the Kentucky Derby, then I will. Every horse that wins the Kentucky Derby will run the Preakness because they have a shot at the Triple Crown. But a lot of horses, most trainers and whatnot, will have a plan. If I don't win the Kentucky Derby, what will I do for the Preakness? If I'm in the top 5 in the Kentucky Derby but don't win, do I run the Preakness? If I'm in the top 10, do I run the Preakness?
Right.
If I'm dead last, do I run the Preakness?
But
they've got that plan.
Yes, but this is a special case. So that's why I'm just saying he could change his mind.
But the other thing that they do is they modify their training schedule such that they are. So, you know, maybe Maximum Security had his training schedule where he wanted to peak for the Kentucky Derby. Now that he did not win the Kentucky Derby, he doesn't have an adequate plan for the next 3 weeks or 4 weeks, whatever it is. Because it is a rather tight window between Kentucky Derby, Preakness, and Belmont.
Yeah.
And so...
About a month?
Yeah, it's a little over a month. I think it's 5 weeks total. So it's a tough go. And the Belmont's a long race and whatnot. And I think the Belmont is more money than
Right.
the Preakness. So they have a training schedule and a plan of what to do if they don't win. Personally, I agree with you. I think he should change his mind because, like I said, I saw Maximum Security
Right.
win the race. And I know that officially he didn't, but I think that if he goes on and he wins the Preakness and the Belmont, I think he'll get stud fees like a Triple Crown winner. Why not do it? You know, by not running the Preakness, you're basically saying we're not a Triple Crown horse.
Well, if that's a prop on my favorite sports betting website, that if he runs or not, I'm gonna say he runs. I think that he's gonna change his mind.
I think so.
And if he decides to protest, whoever the trainer is, reach out to the New Orleans Saints and see how that goes.
Now, look, they looked at it for 25 minutes. I'm not quite sure what he's appealing.
Could you imagine a referee or the referees in a football game taking a look at a play for 25 minutes?
Oh, we would lose our fucking mind.
I mean, that's all you would talk about.
Yeah. I don't look. Appeals don't work.
In baseball, they do. You get suspended for 6 games. You appeal. It gets down to 4-3.
Yeah, that kind of appeal, but a game decision.
Yeah.
Nah.
Nah, never does.
Look at the NBA. The NBA will come back and say, "Yeah, Curry should have fouled out," but the result stands.
Right.
It's a I don't see the point of that.
Yeah.
And I don't think. Look, they looked at it for 25 minutes. That chick in the war room, the steward, which I didn't realize her name was Stewart, but she looked at it a lot. They had 3 screens, and one of the screens was divided in 3 across so that you could see all the angles. I mean, what is he appealing? You know? No, he didn't bump him. Look, man, we got it on video, bro.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I feel bad for him, but whatever.
Oh well, too bad.
Too bad.
All right.
All right, man. You want to wrap this up?
Yeah, man. I got Celtics Bucks to go watch. Warriors Rockets tonight.
Do you want me to tell you what the
Yeah,
score?
tell me what the score is real quick. I want to know
Hold on, let me see.
because I'm interested to see. I really want to watch tonight's game. That's gonna
I
be.
want to watch all the games, bro.
That's gonna be a good fucking game.
Dude, the Wi-Fi's in this house are ridiculous.
Wi-Fi?
It's halftime.
Who's winning? It's halftime already?
Yeah, one of the teams is winning
Well, yeah. Which one?
by 2.
I'm gonna say the Celtics are winning.
Celtics are up 2.
Sweet. Cool.
So, if you folks want to join in the fun and share your comments and thoughts with us, you can reach the show via email at positivesports10@gmail.com. Positivesports10@gmail.com. If you want to get a hold of me, you can do so on Twitter at eMontana21. And if you want to get a hold of this guy,
Just email the show, man. Positivesports10
do you
at
even check the
gmail.com.
email?
Yeah, I get alerts.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I check alerts. Oh, trust me, if I would have gotten one, I would have been nice and replied.
And replied?
Yeah, of course,
You're
absolutely.
so nice. You got a shout out?
Man, I don't have a shout out today. I thought I was gonna have one. I don't have one.
Okay. My shout out goes to Donald Cerrone. Donald Cerrone extended his record for wins in the UFC this weekend by taking a unanimous decision over Al Iaquinta, the 5th ranked, I believe is a 5th ranked or 4th ranked fighter in the UFC in the lightweight division in Ottawa on Saturday. Donald Cerrone, at 35 years old, is still doing the damn thing in a sport that is so physically demanding. He's got the cutest kid that he now brings to all of his fights and brings him into the cage. He's got those big old headphones.
Is that the cowboy?
Yeah, Cowboy Cerrone with the kid with the big old noise canceling earphones so he doesn't have to deal with the noise. Which I don't understand why they do that. The kid's name is Danger. I'm not kidding. That's his name. And if you know anything about Cowboy Cerrone, Cowboy Cerrone's middle name is Danger. He's already taken him on 4-wheeling rides and all this other stuff.
How old is this kid?
He's like 10 months old.
See, if he does something like this in junior high and high school, he's gonna get ragged on. You can't let him do that when he gets older like that.
Yeah, no. Anyway, shout out to him. A 5-round fight at 35 years old. He is doing the damn thing. He is he's talking title shot, and quite frankly, I think he's gonna get it. They've got something in the works for Khabib Nurmagomedov, who's the champion, to fight Dustin Poirier, who's the interim champion, sometime this summer. And I think Donald Cerrone will get the winner of that fight. I think it's going to happen. The fans love him, and look, just a masterful performance on Saturday.
I'll tune in when they let him fight with the cowboy hat on. That's when I'll tune in. I think that'll be funny.
That's not funny.
I think it'll be cool. Let him fight with his hat on. That's what he's known for. His last fight, he should be able to fight with his hat on.
Can you imagine walking into a cage in your underwear in front of 10,000 people to fight someone else?
Yeah, exactly. That's why. It can't be any more embarrassing. Just
Like, we talk a lot about sports, but the only thing that seems truly, truly foreign to me, and I love it, I love the UFC, is these MMA fighters. I mean, it's fucking crazy. It's absolutely crazy to think I'm going to walk in there in a pair of shorts and 4-ounce gloves and fight another grown-ass man. I mean, it's crazy. And he can kick me, he can punch me, he can choke me, he can try to break my arm or snap my leg. I mean, it's nuts. When you stop and think about it, it's fucking crazy.
But I think it's no different than being a race car driver at like 200 miles per hour on a racetrack, or, you know.
That doesn't seem as crazy to me because the object of my opponent is not to hurt me. The object of my opponent is to go faster than me.
Yeah, but you don't have any control. You have control to dodge and weave. In NASCAR or, you know, whatever, IndyCar, whatever you want to call it. Right. You don't know what that driver next to you is going to do.
Don't get me wrong. I understand what you're saying. There is a certain level of danger that is
dangerous,
pretty frightening. But you have, like, the whole purpose of the event is to hurt the other person.
Yeah.
Or to choke them. Or to break their limb and win a fight. I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah, it really is.
Think about what your adrenaline was like when you got into a fight as a kid. And I know you only fought like the little kids. Well, like when you were in 5th grade, you fought a 1st grader.
Hey, that's called picking your fights wisely.
These guys are fighting people that are equal.
Yeah, that's
crazy.
I probably couldn't do it.
Anyway, shout out to Donald Cowboy Cerrone on a major win. Hope he gets a title shot. And with that, folks, we've come to the end of another episode of the Positive Sports Podcast, episode 73. You got a famous 73? Probably not.
73. Ron Artest.
Ron Artest wore 73?
Yes.
Whatever. I don't have a 73. We're just going to...
Barry Bonds.
Oh, his home runs, yeah.
Do you count that?
No.
Okay.
Got an asterisk. Our podcast will not have an asterisk. No asterisk here.
No, don't care.
In Clint Capella voice.
Yes.
As always, folks, ignore the negativity. Be the positivity.
Peace.